The statement arrives. You open it, and your stomach sinks. You made the payment last month, a big one, you thought, but the total balance barely moved. It feels like you're running on a treadmill, putting in all the effort, but going nowhere. The interest charges just keep piling up, eating your progress alive. Sound familiar?
This feeling isn't an accident. It's a design. As of late 2025, total U.S. household debt hit a staggering $18.8 trillion. The average person is carrying over $6,000 in credit card debt alone. And with the average interest rate hovering around 21.5% in early 2026, the system is built to keep you paying forever. But what if you could break the machine? What if there was a clear, predictable path to get that balance to zero? Not with some get-rich-quick nonsense, but with simple math and a solid strategy. There is. It's a 3-step plan to escape the debt trap. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to execute it. This isn't just about paying off debt. It's about redirecting your most powerful wealth-building tool, your income, away from the banks and back toward yourself. Let's get started. Step 1 is the triage. You have to choose your weapon. When it comes to debt repayment, there are 2 main schools of thought: the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. Most people just pick one without understanding the trade-offs. This is the first and most critical decision you'll make.
Let's meet 2 people, Ben and Chloe. They both have the exact same debts: a small credit card with a $1,000 balance at 20%, a personal loan for $3,000 at 10%, and a larger credit card with a $5,000 balance at a painful 22%. They each have an extra $500 a month to throw at their debt. Ben chooses the debt snowball. This method focuses on psychology. You ignore the interest rates and attack the smallest balance first. For Ben, that's the $1,000 credit card. He throws his extra $500 at it, and in just 2 months, it's gone. Poof! He gets a quick, powerful win. It feels amazing, and it keeps him motivated to keep going. Now, he takes the money he was paying on that card, plus his extra $500, and snowballs it onto the next smallest debt, the $3,000 personal loan. The payments are bigger now, and the progress feels faster. This momentum is the entire point of the snowball method.
Now let's look at Chloe. She chooses the debt avalanche. This method is pure math. You ignore the balances and attack the debt with the highest interest rate first. For Chloe, that's the $5,000 card at 22%. This is her biggest enemy, the one costing her the most money every single month. She throws her extra $500 at that big card. It's a slog. It will take her about 9 months to wipe it out. She doesn't get the quick win that Ben did. She has to stay disciplined, trusting the numbers even when it feels slow. This requires patience. It's less exciting, but as we're about to see, it's more efficient. So who comes out ahead? Ben, with his snowball, will be debt-free in about 20 months. He'll pay a total of about $1,100 in interest. Not bad at all. But Chloe, with her avalanche, will be debt-free in 19 months, and she'll only pay about $950 in interest. She saves $150 and gets out a month sooner. Now, $150 might not sound like a life-changing difference, but scale this up with more debt or higher interest rates, and the avalanche's advantage grows into thousands of dollars saved. The takeaway is this: the avalanche method will always save you the most money and get you out of debt faster. Always. The math is undefeated. But here's the human element finance gurus often ignore. The best plan is the one you actually stick with. If a quick win will keep you from giving up, the snowball is a perfectly valid choice. Paying a little more in interest is infinitely better than quitting. So for step 1, be honest with yourself. Do you need the motivation, or can you grind it out for the math? Choose your weapon. Okay, so you've picked your strategy. Now for step 2, the accelerator. This is where we find the fuel to power your debt-crushing engine. Just making minimum payments is like trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. We need to find more cash to throw at the problem. This is what separates getting out of debt in 10 years from getting out in 2. First, you have to perform a budget autopsy. I know, nobody likes the B word, But this isn't about feeling guilty for buying coffee, it's about finding the big leaks. Look at your last 3 months of spending. Housing, transportation, and food. Those 3 categories are where most of the money goes. Can you slash your grocery bill with meal planning? Can you cut back on driving? Small changes in big categories have a huge impact. Next is the income engine. For a short, focused period, your goal is to maximize cash flow. This isn't forever, it's a temporary sprint. Ask for a raise at work with a list of your accomplishments. Pick up a side hustle. Sell things around the house you don't use anymore. Every extra $100 you find is a weapon that buys you months of your future life back from the banks. Now we come to a powerful but dangerous accelerator: debt consolidation. The idea is simple. You combine multiple high-interest debts into a single new loan with a lower interest rate. This can simplify your life and save you a ton of money, but there are traps everywhere. One popular tool is a balance transfer credit card. In May 2026, some cards are offering 0% interest for up to 21 months. This can be an amazing deal. You move your high-interest balances to the new card and attack the principal interest-free. The catch? There's usually a transfer fee of 3 to 5%. And if you don't pay it off before the intro period ends, the rate can skyrocket to 25% or more. The other option is a personal loan. And this is where you have to be extremely careful. In 2025, over half of all personal loans were used for debt consolidation. But many of these loans, especially for those with lower credit scores, came with interest rates between 27 and 31%. Taking out a 29% loan to pay off a 22% credit card is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It's a disaster. So the rule for consolidation is simple. It must save you money. The new interest rate has to be significantly lower than your average current rate, even after accounting for fees. If it isn't, walk away. It's a trap, not a tool. Finding your fuel is about being strategic, not desperate. You've chosen your weapon. You've found your fuel. Now for the most important part. Step 3, the fortress. This is how you ensure you never end up in debt again. It's how you turn the corner from just surviving to actually building wealth. Because getting to zero is only half the battle. Your first line of defense is an emergency fund. The number one reason people fall back into debt is a surprise expense. The car breaks down, the water heater explodes. Without cash on hand, those go right back on a credit card, and the cycle starts over. While you're paying off high-interest debt, start with a small $1,000 baby emergency fund, just for the true emergencies. Once your high-interest consumer debt is gone, you build that fund up to 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. This is your fortress wall. It protects you from life's chaos. It gives you the freedom to walk away from a bad job or handle a crisis without panic. This is non-negotiable. Your second defense is the automation shield. Human willpower is a finite resource. Don't rely on it. Set up automatic transfers. The day you get paid, have money automatically move to your savings. Set up your debt payments to be automatic. Remove the temptation and the chance of forgetting. Make your financial progress the default setting. And now, the best part, the wealth transition. Remember that huge snowball payment you were making every month to your debt? Once the debt is gone, that payment does not disappear. You don't just absorb it back into your lifestyle. No, you have just freed up your single most powerful wealth-building tool. You now redirect that entire payment toward your investments. Imagine you were paying an extra $700 a month towards your debt. Now, that $700 a month goes into a simple, low-cost index fund. Over 10 years, that could grow to over $120,000. Over 20 years, it could be over $400,000. This is how you get rich. Slowly, then all at once. This is the moment the game flips. For years, you paid them. Now, you pay yourself. The interest that was working against you is now working for you, compounding day and night. This is the freedom that the escape plan buys you. It's not just about getting to zero, it's about what happens after. So let's recap the plan. It's simple, but not easy. Step 1, the triage.
Choose your weapon, the psychological snowball or the mathematical avalanche. Step 2, the accelerator. Find the fuel by cutting costs, increasing income, and strategically using consolidation if the math works. Step 3, the fortress. Build an emergency fund and automate your finances to stay out of debt for good.
This plan works. It takes discipline and sacrifice, but the feeling of making that final payment, of owning your income and your future, is worth every bit of the effort. You can do this.
Your first action step today is simple. Don't try to do everything at once. Just get a piece of paper or open a spreadsheet. List every single debt you have. Write down the total balance and the current interest rate. That's it. You can't fight an enemy you can't see. This is the first step to taking back control.
Once you're on the path to being debt-free, the next step is learning how to use financial tools correctly. In my next video, we'll cover how to use a credit card the right way to build your credit and earn rewards without ever paying a single cent in interest. If that sounds useful, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.